Welcome to my first Amazing World Explorer.
Before you start exploring the world, please fill in your passport with your name, your age, and your address. Then choose a photograph. Click here when your passport is ready. Wait a moment, you haven't finished filling in your passport.
Welcome to your bedroom. Click on the train if you would like a guided tour.
Welcome aboard! There are lots of things to discover in your bedroom. Just click on the sides of the walls to move around. Wherever you see this suitcase, you can open it up to find print, copy, help, and other useful things. Click on the desk to take a closer look at the games. Or click on the country finder to see an A to Z of flags that can take you to any country you wish to visit. When you want to quit, just click on the quit sign on the door. In this part of the bedroom, you can watch some amazing movies on the television. Or take a look at your passport and sticker book, which you can fill in on your travels. On your notice board, you can collect postcards that you have written. And you can use the index to look up countries, continents, and famous places all around the world. Finally, your world map will take you to any part of the world that you wish to visit. And remember to look for me whenever you need more help.
South.
Research Station. Scientists often come to Antarctica to study the weather. They work in special buildings called research stations.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping. Passport. The World Explorer Challenge. There are 19 airplane and boat journeys to collect in your passport. Collect all 19 journeys and you can become a world explorer.
Antarctica. This cold continent is covered with ice. The coasts of Antarctica are home to penguins, seals, and many other animals. The only people who live here are scientists carrying out research.
South Pole. The South Pole is the point at the bottom of the Earth, as far south as you can go. It is found on Antarctica.
Penguin. Penguins live around the coasts of Antarctica and South America. They cannot fly, but they can swim very fast using their short wings as flippers. Animal antics. Some animals can perform amazing tricks. Do you know what these creatures can do?
South. North. New Zealand. New Zealand is made up of two main islands, North Island and South Island, as well as lots of smaller ones. The country's landscape varies from humid rainforest in the north to snow-topped mountain ranges in the south.
This journey takes 4 hours. This journey takes 4 hours.
Geyser. A geyser is a spring that shoots hot water and steam high into the air. There are many geysers on New Zealand's North Island.
Kiwi. The kiwi is a shy bird that cannot fly. It comes out at night and uses its long beak to burrow for insects on the forest floor.
Echidna. The echidna is a small creature covered with sharp spines. If it is frightened, it curls into a ball and digs itself into the ground.
Sydney Opera House. This famous building overlooks the busy harbor in Sydney. The strange-looking roof was built to look like the sails of a boat.
Kookaburra. The kookaburra is a small bird that lives only in Australia. Its loud laughing call can be heard early in the morning and late in the afternoon.
Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the third largest of the world's oceans. Its waters are warm and tropical, and it is home to many amazing fish and sea creatures.
Welcome to Australian Airways. Which flight would you like to take? Your journey took 23 hours. Welcome to Europe. Your passport has been stamped. There are 19 airplane and boat journeys to collect in your passport. Collect all 19 journeys and you can become a world explorer. Welcome to European Airways. Which flight would you like to take? Your journey took 5 hours. Welcome to Africa. Your passport has been stamped.
Kangaroo. The kangaroo uses its strong back legs to bound across the Australian outback. Its long tail helps it to balance.
Ayers Rock. Ayers Rock is a huge rock that rises up from the desert in Australia. When the sun shines, the rock glows a beautiful red color. Ayers Rock is also called Uluru.
Send a postcard. North.
Koala. Koalas are found only in Australia. For the first year of their lives, baby koalas are carried everywhere by their mothers.
Australia. Australia is part of the continent of Australasia. Much of the land is desert, and most people live near the coast, where the weather is cooler.
How far? This journey takes 47 hours. This journey takes 5.5 hours. This journey takes 5 months.
Green turtle. Female green turtles leave the sea to lay their eggs on the beach. After hatching, the baby turtles head straight for the water.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping. Your journey took 7 days. Welcome to Japan. Your passport has been stamped.
Tokyo. Tokyo is the capital of Japan and home to more than 12 million people. At night, many of Tokyo's skyscrapers are lit by bright lights and flashing signs.
Golden Pavilion. The Golden Pavilion is one of many beautiful old buildings in the city of Kyoto. The pavilion's outside walls are covered with gold.
Send a postcard.
Cherry tree. Cherry trees grow in parks and gardens all over Japan. The people of Japan celebrate the beginning of spring when the cherry trees start to blossom.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping. Your journey took 7 days. Welcome to Canada. Your passport has been stamped.
Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of the world's oceans. The water here is so cold that it often freezes over, making it very difficult for ships to travel through it. Canada. Canada is the largest country in North America. Canada's main cities are in the south. The north is covered by forests and tundra. United States of America. The United States of America is made up of 50 states. The landscape in the USA varies from snowy mountains to vast grassy plains and hot, dry deserts. Fact file.
The Mississippi River is the longest river in the United States. New York City is the largest city in the United States. Mount McKinley is the highest mountain in the United States. The Sears Tower in Chicago is the tallest building in the United States. Alaska is the largest of the U.S. states.
Snowy owl. The snowy owl lives in the Arctic. Its white feathers keep it hidden against the snow as it hunts its prey.
Wolverine. The wolverine is a ferocious hunter. Although it is small, it can kill deer and other large animals.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping. Your journey took 8 days. Welcome to the United States of America. Your passport has been stamped.
East. West.
Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty towers over New York Harbor. Visitors can climb a staircase inside the statue and look out from the crown at the top.
The White House. The White House stands in the city of Washington, D.C. It is the home of the President of the United States.
Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls lies on the border between Canada and the United States. It is one of the biggest waterfalls in the world.
Cotton. The hot, wet weather in the southern United States is ideal for growing cotton plants. The soft fibers from the plants are spun into thread, which is used to make clothes. United States of America. The United States of America. Traveling into outer space, we can take a closer look at the moon, the stars, and other planets around us. From space, scientists can learn a lot about how the Earth was formed many millions of years ago. Using special satellites, they send back pictures of our weather patterns and beam messages from one side of the world to the other. Our world is just one small, round planet, part of a huge universe waiting to be explored. Sargasso Sea. The Sargasso Sea is an area of calm water in the Atlantic Ocean. Every year, millions of eels swim here to lay their eggs. Deep in the Atlantic Ocean live some of the world's most extraordinary creatures, which have some amazing tricks for catching their food. This strange-looking anglerfish uses its own flashlight to lure smaller fish into its open mouth, while the lean gulper eel opens its jaws so wide it can swallow creatures twice its own size. The tripod fish swims down to the seabed where it stops to look for food. This amazing fish actually stands on its fins, waiting to pounce on some of the many creatures that live on the vast ocean floor.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping. Your journey took 13 days. Welcome to Africa. Your passport has been stamped.
Africa. Africa is a huge hot continent made up of 52 countries. In the north lies the Sahara, the largest desert in the world. The grasslands and rainforests farther south are home to lots of birds and animals.
Elephant. The African elephant is the largest animal that lives on land. It uses its long trunk to gather food and to drink water. Bushmen. These Bushmen live in the Kalahari Desert. They live by hunting wild animals and gathering plants to eat.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping.
Victoria Falls. Local people call the Victoria Falls the smoke that thunders because of the loud noise and the clouds of mist made by the falling water.
Lion. The lion lives and hunts on the African savanna. Its ferocious roar can be heard for miles around.
Bushmen.
Giraffe. The giraffe lives on the grassy plains of Africa and is the tallest animal in the world. It uses its long neck to reach the leaves at the tops of tall trees. Flamingo. Flamingos live in large groups beside lakes and swamps. They wade through the shallow water on their long legs looking for food in the mud.
Elephant.
Gorilla. Gorillas live in the rainforests of West Africa. Male gorillas growl and beat their chests when they are angry.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping. Your journey took 16 days. Welcome to Mexico. Your passport has been stamped.
Toucan. The toucan is a tropical bird that lives in the rainforests of Central and South America. It uses its large curved beak to pick fruit and berries.
Mayan Temple. The Maya people of Mexico built this temple more than 1,000 years ago. Inside the temple is the tomb of a Mayan king.
Stone warriors. These statues once held up the roof of an ancient temple. They were carved by the Toltec Indians who lived in Mexico long ago.
Mexico City. Mexico City is the capital of Mexico. It is one of the oldest and largest cities in the world.
Desert tortoise. It is so hot in the desert that the desert tortoise has to burrow underground to keep out of the sun.
Roadrunner. This unusual bird can fly, but it prefers to run. It chases lizards and snakes across the desert where it lives. Cactus. Cactus plants grow in the hot, dry desert where it hardly ever rains. They survive by storing water in their spongy stems. Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean in the world. It stretches almost halfway around the Earth and is dotted with thousands of islands. Gray whale. The gray whale lives in the northern Pacific Ocean. Like most big whales, it feeds mainly on tiny creatures called krill. Toucan. The toucan is a tropical bird that lives in the rainforests of Central and South America. It uses its large curved beak to pick fruit and berries. Howler monkey. The howler monkey is one of the noisiest animals in the world. Its loud howling call can be heard for miles around.
Welcome to Around the World Shipping.
North.
Paddle steamer. For more than 100 years, huge boats called paddle steamers have been used to carry people up and down the Mississippi River.
Welcome to United States Airways. Which flight would you like to take?
East. West.
Chicago. Chicago is often called the Windy City because of the strong winds that blow off Lake Michigan. The Sears Tower in Chicago is the tallest building in the world. Great Plains. The flat plains of North America are ideal for growing wheat. Farmers use giant machines called combines to harvest the huge fields.
Mount Rushmore. At Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, the faces of 4 American presidents have been carved into the side of the mountain.
Cattle ranching. The state of Texas is famous for its huge cattle farms or ranches. Cattle ranchers round up the cattle and move them to different grazing areas.
United States of America.
Cougar. The cougar is a member of the cat family. It lives and hunts high up in the Rocky Mountains.
Bald eagle. The bald eagle is the national bird of the United States. It soars high above the Rocky Mountains, searching the ground for prey.
Rattlesnake. This poisonous snake lives in the hot, dry desert. It shakes its rattling tail to scare away its enemies.
Hollywood. Hollywood is home to some of the most famous movie studios in the world. Many actors and movie makers live here. Hollywood.
San Francisco. The city of San Francisco is built around a huge bay. The Golden Gate Bridge stretches from one side of the bay to the other.
Giant redwood. Giant redwoods are the tallest trees in the world. They grow near the coast of California and can live for thousands of years. Giant redwood.
North.
Raccoon. The raccoon is found only in North America. It sleeps during the day and comes out at night to hunt for snails and other small creatures.
Caribou. The caribou is a large reindeer that roams northern Canada and Alaska. Male caribou fight each other using their antlers to find out which one is the strongest.
Totem pole. The native people of North America carved totem poles as special family monuments. The animals and spirits on the totem pole describe the family's history.
Skiing. Lots of people go skiing in the Rocky Mountains. They attach long skis to their boots and slide down the snowy slopes.
Mounties. In Canada, special police who ride on horseback are known as Mounties. They wear their bright red uniforms for parades and other special occasions.
Caribou. The caribou is a large reindeer that roams northern Canada.
North.
Inuit people. The Inuit people live in the cold Arctic regions of North America. Some Inuit live by hunting and fishing, as they have done for thousands of years.
Eider duck. Eider ducks build their nests on the ground. The mother duck lines the nest with feathers to make it warm and cozy. Muskox. The muskox grazes on the cold tundra of North America. Its long, shaggy coat helps to keep it warm. Arctic Ocean.
East.
Greenland. Greenland is the largest island in the world. It is a very cold country and much of the land is covered in ice and snow. The seas around the north of the island are frozen solid in the winter. This journey takes 11 hours.
Snowmobile. Greenland is often covered with snow. The people who live here sometimes travel around on special machines called snowmobiles.
Husky dog. Husky dogs are strong and intelligent. They can be trained to pull sleds across the snow.
Walrus. The walrus lives in the icy Arctic. It has a thick layer of fat underneath its skin which helps to keep it warm.
East.
Killer whale. Killer whales often swim and hunt in groups. They are the fastest mammals in the sea.
East.
The Arctic Ocean's frozen landscape is home to some amazing mammals. Seals and walruses move clumsily over the ice, while in the waters below, strange-looking animals called narwhals with their long, twisted tusks swim gracefully in search of food. Beautiful beluga whales swim together playfully, squeaking and chirping to each other under the water. Like all sea mammals, belugas must come to the surface for air before diving back into the Arctic's icy depths.
Arctic fox. In the winter, the Arctic fox grows an extra thick coat of fur to keep itself warm. It even has fur on the undersides of its paws. Russian Federation. The Russian Federation is the biggest country in the world. Most Russian people live in the western part of the country. The east can be bitterly cold in the winter. Sami people. The Sami people live in the Arctic regions of northern Europe. Many Sami earn their living by herding reindeer.
South. West.
Edinburgh Castle. At 1 o'clock each day, a cannon is fired from Edinburgh Castle. The blast of the cannon used to let nearby ships know the time.
Houses of Parliament. This is where the government of the United Kingdom meets. In the clock tower is a huge bell called Big Ben, which strikes every 15 minutes. Giant's Causeway. Giant's Causeway is a mass of rocks on the coast of Northern Ireland. The rocks stick up from the sea like giant stepping stones.
Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is one of the most famous landmarks in Paris. When it was built in 1889, the Eiffel Tower was the tallest building in the world. Windmill. There are lots of windmills in the Netherlands. The windmills were once used to pump water from the ground to stop the land from flooding.
Europe. Europe is the second smallest continent in the world. It is made up of 48 different countries. Millions of people come to Europe each year to visit the many beautiful old cities.
Brandenburg Gate. The Brandenburg Gate is a huge stone archway that stands in the city of Berlin. It was built over 200 years ago.
Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is a character from a famous fairy tale. Her statue looks out over the harbor in Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark.
Tree felling. In Sweden, pine trees are cut down and used to make paper and furniture. New trees are planted to replace the trees that are cut down.
Fishing. The sea around Norway is full of fish such as cod and herring. Many Norwegian people earn their living by fishing.
South.
Octopus. The octopus has 8 arms called tentacles, which are covered with suckers.
The Parthenon. The Parthenon was built more than 2,000 years ago. It was used as a temple by the people of ancient Greece.
Bran Castle. Bran Castle lies in the hills of Romania. Some people believe that Count Dracula once lived here.
Leaning Tower. The famous Leaning Tower of Pisa is made of a white stone called marble. It started to lean sideways as soon as it was built more than 600 years ago.
North.
Welcome to European Airways.
South.
The Colosseum. This famous building was once a stadium. In ancient Rome, people came here to watch chariot races and other sports.
Chamois. The chamois is a type of goat that lives in the mountains. It has special pads on its hooves, which help it to grip the rocky slopes.
Europe. Europe is the second smallest continent in the world.
Flamenco. Flamenco dancing is very popular in Spain. The dancers wear colorful costumes and play special instruments called castanets.
Barcelona. Barcelona is a busy port and the largest city in northern Spain. The Sagrada Familia Cathedral is Barcelona's most famous landmark. Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean stretches from North and South America in the west to Europe and Africa in the east. It is the second largest ocean in the world.
North.
Welcome to European Airways. Which flight would you like to take? Your journey took 5 hours. Welcome to Africa. This journey has already been recorded in your passport.
Pyramids. The pyramids were built as tombs for the kings and queens of ancient Egypt. The statue of the Sphinx guards the pyramids.
Ostrich. The African ostrich is the largest bird in the world. It cannot fly, but it can run very fast across the savanna.
Dinka people. The Dinka people are cattle farmers. They herd their cattle on the savanna. In the dry season, they move their cattle closer to the Nile River where there is more water.
Hippopotamus. The hippopotamus likes to wallow in the muddy lakes of Africa. It uses its long, sharp teeth to eat reeds and grass. Lagos. The city of Lagos was once the capital of Nigeria. It is a busy port and one of the biggest cities in West Africa. Sidewinder. The sidewinder snake flicks its body sideways across the desert, leaving S-shaped marks in the sand.
Tuareg nomads. Some Tuareg people are nomads, traveling from place to place across the desert. They sometimes use camels to carry their belongings when they move.
Oasis. An oasis is an area in the desert where underground rivers come to the surface. The water allows palm trees and other plants to grow.
Cocoa. The giant seeds of the cacao tree are ground up and made into cocoa. The cocoa powder is then used to make chocolate.
South. North.
Welcome to African Airways. Which flight would you like to take? Your journey took 9 hours. Welcome to the United States of America. Welcome to United States Airways. Which flight? Your journey took 12 hours. Welcome to China. Welcome to Chinese Airways. Which flight would you like to take? Your journey took 11 hours. Welcome to Europe. Your passport has been stamped. Welcome to European Airways. Which flight would you like to take? Your journey took 5 hours. Welcome to Africa. Welcome to African. Your journey took 11 hours. Welcome to South America.
Tarantula. The tarantula is a huge, hairy spider that feeds mainly on insects. It kills its prey with a deadly bite. East. West.
South America. The continent of South America stretches from just above the equator to the icy seas near the South Pole. South America has the largest rainforest in the world, which grows on each side of the mighty Amazon River.
Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is one of the largest cities in Brazil. Every year, it holds the world's biggest carnival when the streets come alive with music and dancing.
Sloth. The sloth hangs upside down from the branches of rainforest trees. It moves very slowly, sometimes staying in the same tree for several years. Machu Picchu. The ruined city of Machu Picchu is found high in the Andes Mountains. It was built long ago by the Inca people of Peru. Macaw. The macaw is a type of parrot that lives in the Amazon rainforest. Like other parrots, it has a loud, screeching call.
South.
Condor.
north, north. South, south. Giant anteater. The giant anteater lives in the forests of South America. It uses its sticky tongue to catch ants and other insects.
Gaucho. Gauchos are South American cattle herders. They live and work on the huge grass plains called the Pampas. Condor. The condor is the largest bird that can fly. It uses its enormous wings to glide high above the Andes Mountains as it searches for food. South America. The continent of South America stretches from just above the equator to the icy seas near the South Pole.
South.
Oil well. There is a lot of oil deep beneath the desert in Saudi Arabia. Oil wells pump the oil to the surface. Jerusalem. Jerusalem is an ancient city with many holy buildings and places. Christians, Jews, and Muslims all come here to worship.
Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a huge, hot country. It produces more oil than any other country in the world. The city of Mecca in the south is a holy place for Muslim people. Saudi Arabia.
This journey takes 11 hours. Peacock. The peacock has spectacular green and blue tail feathers. It raises its feathers into a fan to attract a mate.
Tea picking. The hillsides of India are ideal for growing tea. Only the delicate new leaves are picked, since these make the best tea. India. India is the fourth largest country in the world. It is divided into different regions, each with its own way of life. Many languages are spoken in India.
How far? This journey takes 26 hours. This journey takes 3 hours. This journey takes 12 weeks. Indian Festival. Every year, people in India celebrate the day when their country became independent. Dancers, musicians, and elephants parade through towns and villages all over the country.
cobra. The cobra is a large, poisonous snake with a deadly bite. It puffs out the hood around its head to make itself look frightening.
Taj Mahal. The beautiful Taj Mahal is made of white marble. It was built by an emperor in memory of his favorite wife. Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the third largest of the world's oceans. Its waters are warm and tropical, and it is home to many amazing fish and sea creatures.
North.
Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. It was first climbed by Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay in 1953.
China. China is the world's third largest country. It has bamboo forests where giant pandas live. China is also home to over 1 billion people.
How far? This journey takes 44 hours. This journey takes 5 hours. This journey takes 5 months.
Steppe eagle. This rare eagle lives on the vast grasslands of Asia called the steppes. Because there are so few trees here, the steppe eagle has to build its nest on the ground.
Kazakh nomads. Kazakh nomads ride about on horseback, moving their herds of sheep and goats across the grasslands of Central Asia.
Traveling into outer space, we can take a closer look at the moon, the stars, and other planets around us. From space, scientists can learn a lot about how the Earth was formed many millions of years ago. Using special satellites, they send back pictures of our weather patterns and beam messages from one side of the world to the other. Our world is just one small, round planet, part of a huge universe waiting to be explored.
Stone faces. These stone faces were once the heads of huge statues. The statues were built on top of a mountain in Turkey to honor the ancient gods.
Istanbul. The city of Istanbul is split in two by a strip of water called the Bosporus Strait. One side of the city is in Europe, the other side is in Asia. Istanbul.
Kazakhstan. Most of Kazakhstan is covered by the huge treeless plains known as the steppes. The people of Kazakhstan are famous for their horse riding skills.